D-Day. On June 6, 1944, 160,000 Allied troops landed along a 50-mile stretch of heavily fortified French coastline to fight the Nazi Germans. This location was the beaches of Normandy, which I'm sure you all have heard of. General Dwight D. Eisenhower called the operation a crusade in which we will accept nothing less than full victory. More than 5,000 ships, 13,000 aircraft supported the D-Day invasion, and by the day's end on June 6, the Allies gained a foothold in Normandy. The D-Day cost was high. More than 9,000 Allied soldiers were killed or wounded, but more than 100,000 soldiers began to march across Europe to defeat Hitler. To try to understand how great this achievement was a lifetime ago, we should remember the obstacles our troops faced, especially United States Army Ranger Assault Group. Pointe du Hoc lies 4 miles west of center of Omaha Beach. It is a headland with a 100-foot cliff face. This is overlooking the English Channel on the coast of Normandy, in northern France. During World War II, it was the highest point between Utah Beach to the west and Omaha Beach to the east, which the German army fortified the area with concrete encasements and gun pits. The point stood on cliffs between 85 to 100 foot high, as the base was a very small rocky beach that offered no protection at all. Because the point was positioned near impregnable cliffs, the Germans had concentrated their defenses in anticipation of a ground assault from inland. They were not expecting the Normandy invasion to happen from sea. Above were heavily fortified concrete encasements interlaced with tunnels, trenches, machine gun positions, and other surrounding obstacles around the perimeter. Although the 716th Infantry Division was stretched along the 30-mile coast of the shoreline, approximately 200 German troops occupied this garrison in or around the point. As part of the Atlantic Wall fortification, a prominent cliff top location was fortified by the Germans. This battery was built in 1943 to house 6 155mm K418 guns positioned in these open concrete gun pits. The assault force was carried in 10 landing crafts with another 2 carrying supplies and 4 different amphibious trucks carrying 100-foot ladders. One supply craft sank, and the other put the stores overboard to stay afloat. German fire sank one of the DUKWs within a mile of the shore. Once inside the shoreline, German mortars and machine guns fired on the craft. At dawn on the morning of June 6th of 1944, 225 Army Rangers jumped off the British landing craft and ran to the bottom of these cliffs. The Rangers headed for the cliffs, and now they were set to take the cliffs. They used anything they could find, from different kind of rocket fire grappling hooks to regular ladders. The Rangers looked up and saw the enemy soldiers, and at the edge of these cliffs shooting down on them with machine guns and throwing grenades. The American Rangers began to climb the rope ladders and everything else they had. The Rangers finally took the cliff and fortified the area. Then they reached the gun emplacements, only to find that they had been removed and telephone poles were there instead to basically prove that there's nothing there. So these cliffs were taken pretty much for no reason until they found the other 6 guns that were hidden in the apple orchard. So 245 men came here. After 2 days of fighting, only 90 could still bear arms. As the men reached the top, they went off in small groups to accomplish their missions. The removal of these immense cannons helped fortify the beaches that the Allies had just invaded and conquered. The 225 Rangers became known as the Boys of Pointe du Hoc. These are the men who took the cliffs. These are the champions who helped free your continent. These are the heroes that helped end the war. May these heroes never be forgotten, and always remembered for what they accomplished against unprecedented odds.